Arkansas opens up spring practice this week, and depending when you're watching this video, they already may have had their first practice. And there's a bunch of questions surrounding the team from different position battles, coaching turnover. Can the team improve from last year and get fans back in? Because, being close to several Arkansas fans, I know they're pretty disappointed. So a bunch of questions going on with the team. But my biggest question and what I'm looking forward to seeing this spring practice is the quarterback battle. Is there a quarterback battle? Well, according to Pittman and what he's been saying, yes. And I think, admittedly, it's going to be Taylen Green. I don't think you bring him in to start. There is still a battle going on, and I could be totally wrong. So I want to take a few minutes and talk about the two main guys in the quarterback competition, right? Taylen Green and Jacolby Criswell. I know you have some younger guys coming up, and I really like Malik Singleton. I think he can be a good quarterback, but I think as of right now, it's pretty much between Green and Criswell, and I still think Green's probably the guy. But let's talk about each quarterback. Let's talk about what each one brings to the table, the differences, the similarities, because both of them have been in college for a while. This is going to be Green's fourth year in college. He started for 2 years. It's going to be Criswell's, I think, fifth year. He was in 2020, 21, 22, 23. Yes, it's going to be his fifth year. Even though he doesn't have a ton of playing time, he's still been in college for a while. So let's take some time and talk about each guy, Taylen Green and Jacolby Criswell. And if this is your first time tuning into the channel, thanks for tuning in. We're just a big quarterback hub. We talk all things quarterbacks, specifically quarterbacks in college. So if you like that type of content, that niche type stuff, please consider subscribing. Like the video too. All right, Taylen Green. We put out a few videos on Taylen Green. We've done a film breakdown, I'm pretty sure, of Green and his ability at Boise State. Going into the 2023 season, going into last year, I thought Green was going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the group of five. He had a good 2022 season, and he showed a bunch of potential. And then 2023 just didn't end up working out for him, right? But he's flashed, he can play. And so now you have Patrino coming in. You bring in Green, you bring in Patrino. And I think if Patrino can get Green to be consistent in his flash plays, he's for sure going to be the guy. Like, he's got a lot of upside. He's shown a lot of upside. It's just, can he do it consistently? I also think his mobility can be an attribute to run Patrino's offense for a few reasons. One, it gives the defense something they have to defend for, and two, it can help protect the offensive line. Let's just assume the offensive line issues don't get cleaned up, or they do get cleaned up, but it's still a struggle. When you have a quarterback like Green that can run, you can use the RPO to your advantage. That can help protect the offensive line. And Green was only sacked 14 times the past 2 seasons combined. That's pretty good. Now, admittedly, I don't know if Boise State's offensive line was dominating or if they were that good. It sounds like they were pretty good. But I think Green's ability to avoid the pass rush also had to play a role in that. Something else that Green showed at Boise State was his ability to push the ball downfield, something they did not do enough of last year, something that the whole fan base, me included, were asking, why don't you just take some shots, even if you don't complete it? There were several games they had 0 completions where the ball was thrown 20 yards or more downfield. And Green started the majority of 2022. He started 2023 for the most part. There were a few games he didn't due to injury and get benched, and he came back. But out of the past 2 seasons, he has 30 completions where the ball was thrown 20 yards or more downfield. Arkansas needs that in their offense. And so I do think there's a lot of fair questions surrounding Taylen Green, right? He's like, you're thinking, okay, he was up and down at Boise State. He was inconsistent at Boise State. His completion percentage went down from 2022 to 2023, like 4%. So I think there's fair questions there. But at the same time, I think you trust in Patrino and you trust in him getting the best out of Taylen Green. If you're an Arkansas fan, if you're looking for some optimistic reasons to root for Green and some tendencies, right? So I think I'm open to Patrino putting him in a good position to succeed. He's done it many times in the past. Don't see why he can't do it here. So again, I think Taylen Green's going to be the guy. I think they're probably saying competition just because that's what they need to say. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts if you think I'm completely wrong. But I think Green's the guy. I think Green's the favorite. He has way more experience playing than any other guy on the roster. And I just think he maybe needs to be put in a position to succeed, right? But with that said, I get it. There's still a competition going on. So Jacolby Criswell, let's compare the two. Pretty high recruit, transfer from North Carolina, was there for 3 years. And at points last year, throughout the season, a lot of fans wanted to see him as opposed to KJ Jefferson because KJ was struggling so much. Now, I think that was more of the offenses being just putting out duds every game, not all on KJ, but I get it. They wanted to see the backup quarterback. I get it. And we saw him play a lot against Mizzou. That was like the only extended kind of clips that we got against Mizzou when KJ got hurt. And I think it's I don't think it's fair to judge him just based off that. He was like 12 of 20, under 100 yards passing. They couldn't move the ball. It looked exactly like it was looking like the offense looked exactly like the offense has been looking like that entire season, right? You just couldn't push the ball downfield. Again, 5th year in college, so he's got the most experience out of the group as far as how long he's been in college, even though Green has more experience playing-wise. He was a good recruit out of high school. Just, was behind some really good quarterbacks in North Carolina, from Sam Howell to Drake May. I went back and looked at his 24/7 profile, again, class of 2020, and they compared him to Sam Howell. So that shows us that he's got some ability as well. Like, he's able to. Him and Green have some similarities that they're both able to use their legs when needed. Now, Green's a bigger guy, probably more athletic, but Criswell is a good enough athlete that he can be used in the run game and the RPO as well. So my biggest takeaway here is I think Criswell has to just be off the charts in spring, and I think Green has to just really, really struggle, be really inconsistent for there to continue to be a quarterback battle after spring. I want to say Pittman talked about he wanted to have this battle ended by the end of spring. And if you're a fan, if you're on the team, that's what you want to. I think best case scenario, Green comes in, he kills it in spring. He's meshing well with Patrino. He's meshing well with Patrino's offense, and you get a lot of encouragement from Green. Worst case scenario is no quarterback does well, and you still have an open competition. It wouldn't be the worst thing if Green struggled, but Criswell is off the charts. As long as one of those guys is playing really, really well, then I think Arkansas will be in a better position than maybe expected, right? But again, a lot of question marks around the whole team. We're just talking about the quarterback position. So yes, there's a competition going on. Yes, I think it's going to be Taylen Green, but I could definitely be wrong. So Arkansas fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Green? What do you think of Criswell? What do you want to see from each quarterback? Should I be talking more about Singleton or one of the younger guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the competition. Thanks for watching. Again, like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really does help the channel. We got some cool new stuff coming to the channel that hopefully will make the channel even better. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.